I think we're on the keto channel. Let's have a look. Right, I'm trying to have the stick a bit shorter so I don't look so silly. I've just eaten. Obviously, because we're on the keto channel, Elvis Presley fan on keto, because I am an Elvis Presley fan on keto. I'm still finishing my food. We can talk about my food. So I was gonna have sausages, but there was some salad left. There was some couscous. Is it couscous? Is that what it's called? Couscous or something. And there was some coleslaw and cheese. So that's what I had. So still a healthy option, a bit carby, but no meat. So more keto, yeah. I still think everything I ate was good. I didn't want to throw it away, and it looked tasty. So yesterday I had. Let me just try and remember. So yesterday we had a picnic. I had chicken, coleslaw, olives. Yeah, so that's what I had yesterday. And last night I had a load of sausages. Hi Lorna. So I'm doing a quick walk on. I got a 25-minute walk. So I got to walk fast. Then getting the kids from school. We're going away on Sunday because it's Yasmin's dance competition, and it's quite far. It's a 2.5-hour drive. So we're going to obviously try out the new car. Hopefully the new car doesn't break down. It's my daughter's car is still being fixed today as we speak. I'm dreading the phone call. It's going to tell me there's more damage. So far it's £500 worth of damage. Could be more. So yes, on Sunday I'm away all day, but I don't leave until about 2 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to have enough time to do live streams on Sunday. So it doesn't affect my live streams. It's quite an important dance competition for Yasmin. We're all going together, me, my wife, and Yasmin and Tina, yeah? Now, the week after that, my wife is away for 3, probably 4 days, because it's her friend's 40th birthday in Palma, in Spain. So my wife is going away for 3 nights, 4 days. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's a very good dancer. She is a very good dancer, yeah? So, you know, she's pretty skilled for her age. You know, 8 years old, she's pretty good. It's something, she's very natural at dancing. So, so my wife's going away for 3 to 4 days in Spain, Palma, with her best friends that she grew up with, a girl called Nick. So I won't see her. The kids are a bit gutted, of course, because they can't live without her. I'm very good with the kids. I'll be fine with them. I don't really like my wife going abroad because obviously I worry about safety. You know, she likes to have a drink. She will get drunk. So Ella and Princess are on the next walk, Lorna. The next walk in about an hour and a half maybe. I'm bringing Ella and Princess with me. This is my second walk. I've already done a run. I did a 20-minute run, and I've done some weightlifting. So I've been busy. I've got this t-shirt on, but I'm hot. I'm like, I should have wore a vest. I've only got 25 minutes, so I've got to be a bit quick. Still a bit snivelly, but my throat is starting to get back to normal. Anyway, back on the diet quickly. Yeah, so I've been keto the last couple of days with some meat. I haven't been naughty. I've just been salad, chicken, coleslaw, cheese, olives, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll probably go back to meat. Probably tonight I'll be back to meat as well. Now I do want to discuss the lives. Obviously we're still discussing who betrayed Elvis. And I've been getting some comments coming through. 99% of the comments support what we do. 99% of the comments are like, I'm right behind you. Let me just get past these people. So 99% of the comments, I'm right behind you. The Memphis Mafia did betray Elvis, so did Billy Smith, so did Priscilla, and a few other people, yeah? No one forced them to do what they did. They made the decision to betray Elvis. It was their decision. One thing they always did have was a choice to not betray. Whatever their excuse is, whatever their reason is, they didn't have to do it. And I wonder, when I get these comments, do they understand that? Do these people understand? The people that support the Memphis Mafia, that support the book, the people that say they deserve what they get because Elvis sacked them. That's the most common thing. Elvis sacked them, so he deserved what happened. I only get it from a few people. You must remember, these guys made a decision to write that book, to betray Elvis, to expose private details of Elvis's life, whether they're true or not. They chose to do it, so they have to live with it. Joe Esposito in 1977, I found an old bit of footage of Joe Esposito, and he says they have to live with what they've done. Because I think initially there were members of Elvis's entourage that were shocked that these three guys, Dave Hebler, Sonny West, Red West, did this book. This trash book just before Elvis died. Weeks before he died, it was released. Elvis had already read it. Now, they weren't to know that Elvis would die weeks later, which I think hounded them for the rest of their life. Yeah, just a quick short one, Pat. How are you? So I've had a couple of comments. One comment was very short. I'm trying to remember the name of the person on YouTube. No, I can't remember the name, but I remember the comment. The comment was, Elvis drew the first bullet. Elvis drew the first bullet, drew the first gun, yeah? Yeah, all good. I'm just having a quick, fast speed walk before I get the kids from school. So this YouTuber said Elvis drew the gun first. And what the comment means is the three Memphis Mafia members were sacked. And so that means Elvis deserved what happened. This is an Elvis fan. An Elvis fan who has watched my live streams where we go into detail. We did 3 hours of live streams this morning where we go into detail trying to explain to people, including Elvis fans, that it was very unfair that they betrayed a friend, a cousin, an ex-husband. You get it, guys? So this Elvis fan basically said, I really love Elvis, but he drew the first gun. So it's his fault the book was written. It's his fault Dave Hebler, Sonny West, Red West did the book. Doesn't make sense. This is an Elvis fan, yeah? So, first of all, this person says that they love Elvis, and then say that comment. So how does that make sense? So somebody that loves Elvis then blames him for the book. Does that sound like an Elvis fan to you? Seriously, do you think an Elvis fan should say, does anyone think an Elvis fan should say, oh, he deserves it because Vernon sacked them, but I love him? That's what they said to me. So it annoyed me, so I said, shame on you, you're full of bullshit, you're full of BS. your comment was bullshit. This is what I said. So then they replied to me, why? So that, you'll see it on the comments on the video. It's on one of the live streams we did this morning. I think it's on the, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know which one it's on. So one second. So basically, guys, you think about it, yeah? They say to me, why? So remember what they've just said to me. They said to me, Elvis drew the first bullet. That's why the book was written. So it's his fault. He's to blame. There's no treachery. There's no betrayal. It's fine that the Memphis Mafia betrayed Elvis. It's fine that Billy Smith betrayed Elvis. Yeah? Because he drew the first bullet, the first gun, whatever. So I say BS, and then they say, why is it BS? And I just said, you've just said to me that you love Elvis, but then you blame him for the writing of the book. And then you say, why? So then I said, read your own words. They're trying to question why I called them, said they were full of BS. Read your own words. You've just blamed, you know, your idol that you say you love, you've just blamed him for a trash book that was written about him by his best friends. You get it, guys? So, to that YouTube person, I've forgotten your name, you're a fake Elvis fan. How can you be a fake Elvis? How can you be a true fan if you blame Elvis for the book, Elvis, What Happened? How can you be a true fan if it's Elvis's fault that he was trashed by his three best friends that he spent his whole life looking after? He gave them everything. He gave them everything. Everything. You name it, they got it. They had the best life ever. They had a fantastic life. They proudly boast, the Memphis Mafia proudly boast how great their life was. Proudly boast how great their life was. But then they trash him, write a disgusting book. And then they proudly blame Elvis. They sit on a press conference that goes around the world and try and make excuses for their behavior, their betrayal, their backstabbing, how they double-crossed Elvis, how a friend trashes a friend, how a friend exposes a friend, how a friend demoralizes, takes away a friend's dignity. Crazy. Crazy. There's no way Elvis should ever be blamed for that book. And there are fans out there that stand up for the Memphis Mafia, stand up for they know the story inside out. They know the story of why Vernon sacked these guys. They've got their own very detailed version of it, yeah? Not Elvis's version. They don't have Elvis's version. Elvis died weeks after the book came out. They don't have Elvis's version. They have Red West version, Sunny West version, Dave Hebler's version. You get what I'm saying, guys? Elvis didn't have his say. He died weeks after it was released. So Elvis can't stand up for himself. He has to put up. We the fans who support Elvis properly, we genuine fans, they have to put up listening to so-called Elvis fans blame him, blame Elvis for the release of the trash book, Elvis, What Happened? It just makes no sense. The world is upside down, isn't it? The world is upside down. That's how I see it. The world is upside down. Elvis gets blamed for other people's wrongdoing. Don't forget, Vernon released a letter. Da, da, da. Remember, Vernon released a letter and he breaks down his views of why the book was written. Very interesting letter. We've posted it on our Facebook. We have a Defending Elvis Presley Facebook. Please join it. I've heard the excuses, guys. I have heard fake Elvis fans fully side against Elvis, fully side with the Memphis Mafia. Now remember, the Memphis Mafia through the 80s and 90s were hero worshipped. They were treated like Elvis because they were the next best thing to Elvis. Do you get it, guys? These people were doing Elvis conventions, Elvis personal appearances, they were writing books, they were doing interviews, things like All the King's Men, all that kind of stuff. The E-True Hollywood Elvis bullshit that came out. These, the Memphis Mafia were making lots of money. Now I just want to say, I'm not talking about Joe, I'm not talking about Charlie Hodge, I'm not talking about Larry Geller. Even Jerry Schilling gets a pass. I'm talking about Billy Smith. I'm talking about Marty. I'm talking about Lamar. The people, and Red West and Sonny West. These are the ones who trashed Elvis. Billy Smith, yep, Billy Smith. So, all you have to do is go on YouTube. Type in Memphis Mafia. All the King's Men if you want. Or E-True Hollywood, 1999 Elvis. Just type all that in and you will see some nice clear footage, very well filmed, of these guys sat next to each other, trashing Elvis. Now they'll tell a few little nice stories, but they'll spend most of it blaming Elvis for the bad stuff. They'll spend most of it making excuses for the treacherous betrayal towards Elvis, the man who gave them the best life they could ever dream of. The man who they clearly say they loved their life with him, loved it. The man was the nicest human being they'd ever met. But then in the same breath, they say how unhappy they were, how badly paid they were, how tough it was. Oh, it was so tough. Living at Graceland, living in California, going to the movie sets, going to the concert tours. Oh my God, we really went through a lot because of Elvis. Remember, eventually Elvis was a very sick man. Elvis was a very sick man towards the end. He was seriously unwell, chronically sick. He had genuine health problems, but they just call him a druggie. Just call him a druggie. Hey. They just call him a druggie. Get it, guys? Elvis the druggie, my best friend, the guy who treated me like a god for over 20 years. The guy who completely changed my life forever. Don't forget, these people benefited from knowing Elvis, from being related to Elvis, from marrying Elvis, because Priscilla's part of this problem. For their whole lives till the day they died. Hi, Frederick. So, I think you get the idea that to the fans out there, sorry about the wind, guys. Woo! To the fans out there that side against Elvis but then say they love him, shame on you. Shame on you. To the fans out there that side with the Memphis Mafia, and we've even got there is a researcher as well that I know that fully sides with the Memphis Mafia, thinks that Elvis deserved it. It's not right. It's not right. Sorry, I'm not going to agree with you. Making excuses to blame Elvis for their treachery, for their weakness. You don't commit treachery on your best friend you grew up with, that gave you everything. You don't insult the dignity of Elvis, who was your best friend, who did everything for you, in front of his living daughter. Remember, Lisa Marie was still alive when all the treachery was going on, the betrayal by Billy Smith, Lamar Fike, Marty Lacker, Red West, Sonny West, and Priscilla Presley. A good fan, a true fan. Whoa, there's a lot of cars today. A true fan will understand that Elvis had an almost impossible task. An impossible task. The most famous man in the world. Very heavily overworked, with the pressure of hundreds of people. A man that was very unwell, very sick towards the end. A man with serious health problems. A man who couldn't keep everyone happy because of the way his life was, the pressure he was under. So then you get his best friends that he grew up with, because they see it that they were unfairly dismissed, even though that they had been dismissed many times and Elvis had taken them back almost straight away. In fact, most of the time he sacked them, they would just ignore him for a few days and he would forget. Billy Smith in an interview even says Elvis would sack people, he would overreact, then he would calm down, and then a few days later he would forgive them. Elvis even said that Billy Smith even said that he fully intended to give these guys their jobs back. That Elvis told him, I would have given them their jobs back. Elvis said this to Billy. Billy said it in an interview. So this bullshit that they had to write the book to prove a point, for revenge, to get back at Elvis, to backstab Elvis, to betray Elvis, but they did it to help him, to help his drug problem, it's just bullshit. They were not going to help Elvis with his being overprescribed. A very sick man who needed most of his medications. A man who had serious insomnia, serious stomach problems, constipation, serious medical health problems, chronically sick man. He wasn't just going to stop taking all his pills. Do any of these Memphis Mafia people ever talk about how sick he was? Seriously, I'm not talking about being drugged up now. I'm talking about, do any of them ever say, oh yeah, Elvis was really sick, and then list his medical conditions to explain why he was so sick, to explain why he needed so much medication? None of them do. The good ones do. I've got a very good interview of Larry Geller describing Elvis's health problems. I've got a very good video of Charlie Hodge describing Elvis's medical problems. The good people say how he was unwell. I think even Linda Thompson even says he was very sick. She said a few things she shouldn't have, but she's okay. So the bad ones, who are the bad ones? Well, Billy Smith is on my list, and I'll tell you why, because he is the cousin. Of all of them, he should have tried to stop the others. He should have known better. Yeah, it's nice today. It started rainy, but it's all gone nice. Can't say that about my hair, but... So Billy is the top of the list, the biggest betrayer, because he's the cousin. He's the one that should have stopped the others. Then you've got Lamar Fike, I think, is the next top traitor. Then Marty Lacker. Then I think after that it would be Sonny West. After that, Red West. I personally think Red and Sonny really regretted what they did. Hi mate, bad timing because I'm going now. How's the sensor, all right? So these are the real serious bad apples. Of course, Dave Hebler, 100%. Dave Hebler, I don't even think Dave Hebler even liked Elvis. He still won't say sorry, he's still alive. He proudly stands by his words. So I'm not a big fan of Dave Hebler. I find him arrogant, I find him quite rude, I find him quite stubborn, and definitely not apologetic, and clearly doesn't regret what he did. So I'm not a big fan. Anyway guys, I'm back home now. So I'm gonna do another live on Elvis Presley long lost footage. We're gonna do it upright live. Say that again, Vincenzo, I missed that. You had the troll channel not being nice to you, yeah? What happened, Vincenzo? Tell me before I go. Come on, they're haters. They are haters, aren't they, Vincenzo? Pure haters. Right. You have to be quick, guys, because I've got to quickly go and get the kids from school. So, Vincenzo, just quickly tell me, and then then I'll shoot off and get the kids from school. Ooh, I'm better. Talked bad about Priscilla. That's just funny. But remember, Vincenzo, remember what I said? They are Priscilla fans. They are Priscilla fans. They don't blame Priscilla for anything. Are they really true? This is why I call them fake Elvis fans, fake Elvis channels. They don't properly defend Elvis. Remember what I said to you, Vincenzo. These people want to keep in there with Priscilla. They want to be friends with the fake fans. What time is it? All right, gonna go, guys. See you.